Good evening. It is Tuesday, May 6, 2025, and I'd like to call our Richland County Council special meeting it's a regular session meeting this evening to order. Madam Clerk, can you take the roll, please?
Branham,
Here.
Pugh,
Here.
McBride, sorry, Little,
Bring her back.
I apologize. Livingston,
Here.
Teresia,
Here.
Weaver,
Here.
Barron,
Here.
Aline,
Here.
Mackey,
Here.
English,
Present.
Newton.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Next item on our agenda is the invocation. Councilwoman Little, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, today we have with us Bishop Simeon Moutry, my bishop from the Brook.
Thank you for the opportunity to serve you tonight. Would ask everyone if they could bow their heads. Eternal and wise God, we come before you today with hearts humbled by the privilege of service. As the Richland County Council gathers tonight, we pause to acknowledge that every good and perfect gift comes from you. We ask for your guidance in this meeting, and we pray that you grant clarity of mind, compassion in heart, and courage in decision-making. May the decisions held here tonight be rooted in mutual respect and shaped by a shared vision for the common good of our community. Lord, I pray that you bless each and every council member, staff member, and citizen present tonight. Strengthen their commitment to justice, equity, and progress. Remind us all that public service is not simply about policy, but about people, about lives, families, and shaped by the future decisions made in rooms like this. May this be a space where unity rises above division, where ideas are welcomed, and where vision leads the way. We thank you for all of your blessings in your name. We pray. Amen. Amen.
And
Rise for pledge allegiance. And if we have any veterans in here, I will welcome you to render a salute.
well, tonight is a full house tonight, which often does not happen, unfortunately, in council meetings, even though we'd love for the public to be present and engage with us in person. But oftentimes we have resolutions and proclamations, we have a large crowd, and so tonight we have several very important people and groups in the audience that we want to make sure we recognize for their hard work in Richland County. We have 4A, a resolution recognizing the Office of Small Business Opportunity, and 4B, a resolution honoring May 4th through 10th, 2025 as National Correctional Officers Week. I'll entertain a motion for both items for resolutions.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Madam Clerk?
Branham,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Teresia,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey,
Yes.
English,
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Thank you. Administrator Brown?
A resolution recognizing National Business Week reads, whereas small businesses are the foundation of Richland County's economy, fueling job creation, fostering innovation, and serving as vital contributors to the social and economic fabric of our communities. And whereas during National Small Business Week, observed May 5th through the 11th, 2025, we honor the resilience, creativity, and hard work of entrepreneurs and small business owners whose efforts drive growth and opportunity across our county and the nation. And whereas small businesses in Richland County provide essential goods and services, employ thousands of residents, and bring character and vibrancy to our towns, neighborhoods, and commercial corridors. And whereas these businesses often serve as launch pads for innovation, empowering individuals from all backgrounds to pursue economic independence and long-term success. And whereas Richland County remains committed to supporting a thriving small business ecosystem, including through the work of the Office of Small Business Opportunity, OSBO, which provides technical assistance, access to procurement, and business development resources to promote equity and inclusion. And whereas fostering a strong local economy requires continued collaboration among public agencies, community leaders, and private enterprises to reduce barriers and open doors for entrepreneurs at every stage. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Richland County Council recognizes the importance of small businesses to the health and prosperity of our community and proudly designates the week of May 5th through the 11th, 2025, as Small Business Week in Richland County, urging all residents to support and celebrate the contributions of local businesses during this week and throughout the year.
Next, we have Councilwoman English.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Resolution honoring Richland County Correctional Officers. Whereas the Alvin S. Glenn Detention Center stands as a cornerstone within the criminal justice framework of Richland County, serving as the third largest detention facility in South Carolina. And whereas the hardworking and dedicated officers of Alvin S. Glenn Detention Center serve with unwavering commitment to their duty, ensuring the safe, secure, and humane supervision of individuals incarcerated in the detention facility. And whereas the Alvin S. Glenn Detention Center officers are committed to fostering a culture of accountability, professionalism, and transparency, thereby establishing a strong and reliable foundation for its operations. And whereas in often demanding circumstances, the services of correctional officers often goes unseen and underappreciated, yet they display courage, empathy, and resilience to uphold the law and secure the safety of our community and incarcerated individuals. And whereas the Richland County Council acknowledges and commends the dedication, courage, and integrity exhibited by correctional officers of the Alvin S. Glenn Detention Center, recognizing their pivotal role and commitment to the justice system and public safety. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Richland County Council members, Jason Branham, Derek Pugh, Tyra Little, Paul Livingston, Allison Terracio, Don Weaver, Gretchen Barron, Tish Aline Dozier, Jessica Mackey, Cheryl English, and Shakise Newton do hereby recognize May 4th through the 10th as National Correctional Officer Appreciation Week in Richland County and offer a meaningful opportunity to honor and thank these dedicated individuals for their services and sacrifice to the citizens of Richland County.
All right, if we could have our Office of Small Business and the corrections officers come down, and we'll do our pictures before moving on to proclamations.
Nice.
Hey, how you doing? When I go high, I'll be able to, but I can't see Mr. Branham or Miss Barron. Yeah, I think we can see him now. That looks good, yeah. Let's see if we can, see if I can frame y'all up here. I'm just gonna check, let's see what this looks like, make sure I can see everyone. Miss Little, come back this way slightly. There you go. Yeah. All right, right here, folks. Just gonna shoot a few like that. Hold that for me. Make sure this is okay. Okay. A little too wide here, a little too wide. Completely. There we go. Let me make sure it's.
Okay. Okay.
I see everybody.
All right. We're good.
Okay.
I am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Recognize, sir.
On behalf of Alvarez Glen, we would definitely like to thank Richland County. We would like to thank you for having us today. I just want to thank all of the men and women that work for Alvarez Glen Detention Center. They are doing an excellent job in trying to strive forward to progress to greatness. And I definitely just thank you, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank y'all for coming, and we appreciate and notice all your hard work. Appreciate you.
Thank
You
you.
recognize.
On behalf of the Office of Small Business Opportunity, thank you all for the recognition. We understand just the role that small businesses play in our economic development for our region. We have a very small but mighty team that's out here working for small businesses to make sure that our region is a great one. So again, thank you so much for the recognition, and we appreciate each one of you on the dais. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to Director Green and her team. You all are small but mighty, and we appreciate, small in number, but we appreciate all your work. Thank you. Next is item 5, presentation of proclamations. You're recognized.
A proclamation recognizing Blythewood High School girls basketball team as 2025 state champions reads, Whereas it is with great pride and respect that I honor the outstanding Blythewood High School girls basketball team on their 2025 Class 5A championship win, historic season, and unwavering dedication and ultimate success. And whereas the team members of Cody Goff, Kennedy Anderson, Anaya Guerrero, Elena Young, Daniela Bozeman, Haley Hightower, Madison Thomas, Kayla Spain, Sharon Waters, Chase Thomas, and India Williams, with unyielding dedication and unwavering support, achieved the pinnacle of success as high school athletes and have displayed remarkable talent, resiliency, and commitment to the sport. And whereas the head coach, Emily McElveen, Coach Mack, and assistant coaches Stephanie Hayes, Patrick Thomas, and Denise Coleman have demonstrated commitment to academic and leadership excellence, as well as the ability to overcome past adversity in order to achieve the ultimate success alongside their team. The Blythewood High School head coach and assistant coaches have also demonstrated their commitment and integral part in the exceptional achievement of the team members for whom they lead. And whereas the Blythewood High School girls basketball team and their coaches have demonstrated to their school and to the community that success is their priority with educational development of students through athletics, while holding the belief that a well-organized sports program meets the students' needs for self-expression, mental alertness, physical growth, discipline, overcoming adversity, and hard work. And now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Richland County Council Vice Chair Derek Pugh does hereby proudly recognize the Blythewood High School girls basketball team and their coaches as the 2025 Class 5A state champions, and for being a symbol of pride and inspiration to Blythewood High School and to Richland County, South Carolina.
Next, we have a proclamation recognizing W.J. Keenan. Administrator Brown.
Whereas it is with great pride and respect that I honor the outstanding W.J. Keenan boys basketball team, a multi-champion team, for their 2025 state championship win. This is the team's second championship win in 5 years and the 8th under head coach Zachary Norris. The team's accomplishments include back-to-back 3A crowns in 2019 and 2020, and becoming the second program in the state to win 10 state titles. And whereas the team members Brian Sumter, Zion Jones, Janolan Mathis, Taheem McNeil, Antoine Kaufman Jr., Broderick Anderson Jr., Nakeem McNeil, Isaiah Jaquez, Noah Smith, Malik Bronson Jr., Marcus Simpson Jr., Jamari Johnson, Marcus Sims Jr., and Anthony King II, with unyielding dedication and unwavering spirit, achieved the pinnacle of success as high school athletes and have displayed remarkable talent and commitment to the sport. And whereas the coaches, Ryan Norris, Timothy Edmond, Alexander Harper, Bernie Norris, Greg Williams, Quentin Somerville, Brandon Trapp, Ernest Hemingway, Derek Crawford, and Hodges Anthony have demonstrated commitment to academic and leadership excellence. The W.J. Keenan High School coaches have also demonstrated their commitment and integral part in the exceptional achievements of the team members for whom they lead. And whereas the W.J. Keenan High School boys basketball team and their coaches have demonstrated to their school and to the community that success is their priority with the educational development of students through athletics, while holding the belief that a well-organized sports program meets the students' need for self-expression, mental alertness, and physical growth. And now, therefore, be it proclaimed that Richland County Council members Gretchen Barron and Tyra K. Little hereby proudly recognize W.J. Keenan High School boys basketball team and their coaches for their 2025 5A state championship win and for their exceptional contributions to the world of high school basketball. We extend our heartfelt congratulations for their remarkable 2025 championship win, for all of their achievements, and thank them for being a symbol of pride and inspiration to W.J. Keenan High School and to Richland County, South Carolina.
We have one more, 5C, a proclamation designating May as National Tennis Month. Councilwoman Newton?
Yes. And recognizing the United States Tennis Association of South Carolina and the Columbia Tennis Association of Richland County. Whereas the United States Tennis Association, USTA, originally founded as the United States National Lawn Tennis Association on May 21st, 1881 in New York City, was established to create standardized rules for the emerging sport of lawn tennis. And whereas the USTA is now the national governing body for tennis in the United States and plays a vital role in promoting the sport at all levels, from recreational play to professional tournaments like the U.S. Open. And whereas the largest tennis association in the world, the USTA has more than 700,000 members across the country and works to grow the game through community outreach, education, and inclusive programs. And whereas through initiatives like USTA Adaptive Grants, the organization partners with local programs to make tennis accessible to all individuals, regardless of age, ability, or background, highlighting the sport's physical, mental, and social benefits. And whereas participation in tennis continues to grow, with more than 21.6 million Americans playing in 2020, an increase of 22% from the previous year, and the highest since the Physical Activity Council began tracking the sport in 2007. And whereas here in Richland County, the USTA's support of local programs has helped to improve public health and wellness by increasing opportunities for people of all ages and abilities to enjoy the game of tennis, including people like me. Whereas the USTA has designated May as National Tennis Month, encouraging communities nationwide to celebrate the sport by hosting events, showcasing local programs, and helping both new and experienced players connect with opportunities to play. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that Richland County Council members Jason Branham, Tyra K. Little, Paul Livingston, Gretchen Barron, Tish Dozier-Eileen, Jessica Mackey, and Shakese Newton do hereby proclaim May 2025 as Tennis Month in Richland County and encourage all residents to explore the benefits of tennis and to support efforts to expand access and participation in the sport throughout our community.
So we're going to start off with Blythewood High School girls basketball team.
I'm not seeing this gentleman here very well. There you go. Might be able to see you there. Yeah, that's good. Right there. Shoot a few more. Yeah, just one more. There we go.
Got one more. Somebody needs to hold the proclamation with you. Can you hand it to? Yeah. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
And since you've got your pose there, let me do one more. All right, there you go.
On behalf of the Blythewood High School Bengals, I am Coach Thomas. I want to thank the entire county council for recognizing us. We really appreciate it. We are extremely proud of our young student athletes. Not only do they excel on the court, but they all excel in the classroom. We would also like to present Councilman Pugh and Chair Mackey a replica of our state championship. Do I pick it up there? So do I bring it up there?
Thank you, sir. Madam Chair. Madam Chair,
Oh, yes, sir, you're recognized.
I'd like to take a moment to congratulate these young ladies on an outstanding season. I appreciate your comments about putting academics first. I'm a college professor, and sometimes young people lose sight of is student athlete, not athlete student. And so I want to commend y'all on putting that forward first. And it's always good to celebrate young people. Congratulations, Bengal Nation.
And apologies, when I started out, there's so many people here, I did not get a chance to recognize. We do have Richland 2 School Superintendent, Dr. Kim Moore. And we also, thank you. We also have a Vice Chair of the school board, Richland 2 School Board, Miss Nikki Porter in the audience this evening. Thank you. And then I got it. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. You probably don't know this, and I'm gonna get off script just a little bit here. My colleagues sometimes think that I can't see. And so they love in the middle of me talking. So that's what's going on. They think I don't see, but I know. They always got to punch me. But I see everybody. I'm just taking my time to get there. I also see in the audience Richland 1 Superintendent Craig Witherspoon. Yes, sir. I see. Thank you. And we also have Richland 1 School Board member Dr. Aaron Bishop. Thank you. Thank you. Did I miss anybody else, y'all? Yes. Who else? Oh, look. You can't see. Look, hiding in the back. Richland 1 School Board member, Jamie Devine. Thank you, sir. Also, Richland 1 School Board member, Miss Angela Clyburn. Thank you. Look at all the folks that came out tonight. We never get this many people. Thank you. Next, we have W.J. Keenan High School. If you would, please, I believe you guys want to stand up right there. I don't know if we're going to get everybody behind the seal, but if you would stand up. Councilwoman Barron and Councilwoman Little. Yeah, please. Yeah. I'm sorry. You're recognized, sir.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of Richland School District 1 and Keenan High School, I want to say thank you. This is a great honor for these young men here. They fought through a lot of adversity this year. A lot of people don't know how hard it is to get to a state champion, but it's really hard. But they done everything outstanding this year, stayed out of trouble, this and there. So, I'm really proud of them. But I'm more proud of my parents that represent them. And ladies, if you'll stand up, because I know y'all in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Now, they do really display Raider pride. They always there for us. And it's just a great honor. I don't know what to say. Maybe we can come back here next year because most of these guys are freshmen. Okay. Thank you again.
Madam Chair,
Yes, woman, you're recognized, Councilwoman Barron.
thank you. And so I just want to celebrate with these young men. As a mother of two African-American boys, I will always say that anytime we find ourselves in a position to celebrate our Black and brown boys who are doing excellent things, whether it's on the field, the court, the classroom, in life in general, we need to take a pause and celebrate them because so many people have so much bad to say about them. But tonight, we put a spotlight on the good that's happening in Richland School District 1.
Thank you.
And so we celebrate you today. Thank you so much for being here.
You're recognized, Councilwoman Little.
I would just like to say, as a proud graduate of District 1 and a proud graduate of W.J. Keenan High School, I am so proud of you guys. I echo the sentiments of my colleague over here, what she's saying. I'm a mother of 3 sons as well. And parents, continue to do what you're doing to make sure that you keep your children engaged. I'm proud of you all. You guys stay focused. Keep the vision in your heart. And to Dr. Witherspoon and the rest of District 1, I just want to tell you guys, thank you. I appreciate what you're doing. Continue the good work. Thank you.
And I forgot, one more, y'all, then we'll go. So, over here on the left-hand side, I kind of missed him when he's sitting down, but also one of Keenan's coaches on the staff is also one of our good friends of Richland County, Judge Edmonds. If you would stand up, please, sir. We thank you as well for your service to the county, but also your service in the community and working with W.J. Keenan. Thank you, sir. All right.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. While we're making the shift with the Tennis Association, please come on down as well.
see everybody, so we're good.
All right, 1, 2, 3, and another one. All right, very good.
Recognize, ma'am.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Katrina Edwards, and I am a senior member of the U.S. Tennis Association staff in South Carolina and a Richland County resident. I'm sorry, I'm nervous here.
Okay.
We're excited to join you this evening to accept the proclamation for National Tennis Month. USTA has set a goal to have more than 35 million tennis players in the country by year 2035. And many of those players are in Columbia, South Carolina. In order to reach that goal, we need to have plenty of quality public tennis facilities where our Richland County residents can play. We need your help to do that. USTA has money to invest in repairing tennis courts, so please give us a call to learn more about how we can work together. Thank you so much.
Madam Chair.
You're recognized.
Thank you so much for coming. We will be calling you, if not tomorrow, maybe Thursday. Thank you so much for coming. It is exciting to me as a new tennis player to recognize National Tennis Month. And also, when I was a little kid, I had a picture of what a tennis player looked like. And that's not necessarily what I see when I go out on the court. It's such a diverse community. It's a warm and friendly community, and it's fantastic exercise. A friend of mine told me that I would meet some of the best and nicest people if I played tennis. So I joined to meet nice people, and then I fell in love with the sport. And I'm working on getting better. My friend Jason, he's committed to meeting me to hit balls with me. So I'm just putting it out there for everybody in Richland County so you know we're gonna do it. I'm not gonna call you out, other person who knows who you are. Thank you. She knows who she is.
Councilman Branham, you're recognized.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. It's great to be with our tennis crew here in Richland County, celebrating this special month. And we do have an appointment at Park Lane Tennis Center May 19th at noon. Some of the council members who do play tennis are going to come join some of the staff out there and some of the leadership for the area. So if you want to be exposed to my legs, come out there on May 19th at noon. I am not a new tennis player. I've been playing since I was 11 years old, which was 2 years ago. But I played tournament tennis and I played high school tennis at Kaufman Road Tennis Center 6 days a week for most of my youth. And tennis has taught me a lot of great things, teamwork when it comes to doubles, and a lot of problem solving for myself when it comes to singles. As an adult, it's been a great way to continue networking and expanding my social circle, which is not always the easiest thing to do as an adult. And throughout high school and middle school, it was a great way to just, again, learn a lot of critical thinking skills. And out there at Lower Richland High School, which is where I was playing back in the 90s. And it was a very young tennis program. And I was grateful to be able to serve as an assistant tennis coach for the girls' tennis team. That was a great way to meet new friends as well. So,
Thank you, Councilman Brennan.
you got it.
Yes, please.
Ms. Berry, recognized.
And I thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm not going to try to follow up Councilman Branham at all, because he is the OG of tennis. But I do think that, I told this story before, and it's worth telling again. When I came on council, we were repairing the tennis courts on Park Lane. And just watching that project and then meeting some great women who are here today, kept telling me, hey, you should try to play tennis. You should try to play tennis. So I took up tennis lessons, and I enjoyed it so much. I exposed my boys to it. And now our students that we serve in my company are now exposed to tennis and playing tennis. And it's a great way. And I think Ms. Newton said it best, that, you know, the image that you have, or the picture that you have in your head of tennis from years past is not what you see on the courts today. And I met a lady, she's not here today, she was here last year. And I think she was 75 when I met her, and she's the most beautiful woman I'd ever met. And I thought to myself, and when she told me how old she was and how great she looked, I said, I need a tennis racket. And I've been committed to that ever since. Not as committed as some of my colleagues, but I'm coming on board. And because I'm an athlete, I'm coming for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you all coming out tonight, and look forward to seeing you again on the tennis courts. And next is the approval of minutes, item 6A, regular session, April 15th, 2025.
Move, Madam Chair.
Second. A motion and a second. Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little. Yes. Livingston.
Yes.
Teratio.
Yes.
Weaver.
Yes.
Barron.
Yes?
Aline.
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
English.
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
6B, zoning public hearing, April 26, 2025.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little.
Yes.
Livingston.
Yes.
Teratio.
Yes.
Weaver.
Yes.
Barron.
Yes?
Aline.
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
English.
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Next is item 7, adoption of the agenda. You're recognized.
Madam Chair, I request to amend the agenda item number 15D to change the language from hate crime to hate intimidation. And I request that this item to be considered for a first reading today.
You've heard this amendment to the agenda.
A second, does that need a second, Madam Chair?
Yes,
I'll second it.
Madam Chair,
recognized.
any issue from the county attorney with the motion?
No issue. Honestly, I don't think it's necessary, but you can do it.
Thank you so much. Any further amendments? All right. Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little.
Yes.
Livingston.
Yes.
Teratio.
Yes.
Weaver.
Yes.
Barron.
Yes?
Aline.
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
English.
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Administrator Brown or Attorney Wright, did you have any additions or deletions to the agenda?
No requested changes from administration.
Yes, Madam Chair. One addition to 8, well, to add I to 8, and that's Project Connect Property Update pursuant to Section 30-4-70A2 of the South Carolina Code of Laws.
Thank you. I have a motion to accept the agenda as amended.
So move, Madam Chair.
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little.
Yes.
Livingston.
Yes.
Teratio.
Yes.
Weaver.
Yes.
Barron.
Yes?
Aline.
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
English.
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Next is item 8, report of the attorney for executive session items. Attorney Wright, you're recognized.
Yes, we have 9 items for executive session. 8A, discussion and legal advice concerning the contract for private public pet services pursuant to 30-4-70A2. B, personnel matter, grievance reviews and recommendations, 30-4-70A1. C, property inquiry, 120 Clemson Road, pursuant to 30-4-70A2 and A5. D, property inquiry, Northeast South Likes Lane, pursuant to 30-4-70A2. Property inquiry, South Clemson Road Extension, pursuant to 30-4-70A2. F, capital projects, Columbia Place Mall, 30-4-70A2. Dewar versus Richland County update, 30-4-70A2. H, 2025 Administrator Evaluation and Contract Renewal pursuant to 30-4-70A1. And I, Project Connect Property Update pursuant to 30-4-70A2.
Thank you. Which items require outside counsel this evening?
Believe that's I is the only one, Project Connect Property Update.
Per our council rules, we do say that items that require outside counsel that we take up during our first executive session of the evening. So I would entertain a motion to take up item 8I.
So moved.
Second.
A motion, a second. Any further discussion? All right, just 1 minute. Item 8H. Where is she? Is outside counsel, where is she at? Do you have outside counsel? Yes, ma'am. It's, okay. No outside. All right, we're in discussion, hearing none. Madam Clerk?
Brenham.
Yes?
Pugh.
Yes.
Little.
Yes.
Livingston. Yes. Teratio.
Yes.
Weaver.
Yes.
Barron.
Yes.
Aline.
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
English.
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Now in executive session to discuss item 8I.
I wanted to come and give you guys a quick update. So thank you for your time. If there's anything I can help with, please let me know.
Thank you, Mr. Watts. Madam Chair, that concludes everyone signed up to speak for that item.
Thank you. Next is item 11, report of the county administrator. Administrator Brown, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of council. I'm going to start with general updates and by moving to item 2 of the introduction of our new department directors. Want to just point you to page 22 of the agenda packet. I'm going to read just very briefly in these introductions. We do have a director of the Office of Budget and Strategic Performance that will be coming on board, who is here present on this evening, and that's Ms. Brittany N. Hammond. As you can see, her short bio says that she is a financial management executive with over a decade of experience in strategic budgeting, grants administration, and fiscal operations. She served previously as the Chief Financial Officer at the South Carolina Department of Labor Licensing and Regulation, as well as the Chief of Finance and Administration at the South Carolina Emergency Management Division. Additionally, she was the former Director of Grants and Contracts at the University of South Carolina. She holds an MBA from Walden University, a Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice from USC Upstate, as well as an associate's degree in Criminal Justice from Midlands Technical College. And so again, she is here on tonight. I just want to introduce her to you formally and welcome her to our Richland County family. So welcome, Ms. Hammond.
Ms. Hammond, please stand. Yes, please stand. Welcome. Thank you.
Next individual I wanted to introduce to you, you have certainly seen him before. He was our Deputy Director of Operational Services, who has now ascended to the Director of Operational Services, Mr. Eric Williams. As his bio states, he's a seasoned government executive with over 20 years of public sector experience. And as you see here, I'm going to drop down a little bit and tell you just a little bit more about him. Eric brings a comprehensive background in building inspection, project management, code enforcement, floodplain management, and ADA coordination, having held progressively responsible positions across multiple municipalities. And then if you go down just a little bit, where it says he holds a Master's of Business Administration from Limestone College and is a certified Master Code professional through the International Code Council. He also holds multiple South Carolina licenses, including building official, home builder, and home inspector. He is certified ICC and SCLLR building codes instructor, who has successfully taught multiple courses that have led to certification of numerous building and code officials throughout the state. And he is known for his operational insight, collaborative leadership, and commitment to excellence. And so we want to welcome Director of Operational Service, Mr. Eric Williams, to our team as well. So
we look forward to working with you, Director Williams. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes. So I just definitely want to take an opportunity to recognize those members. And now I have an opportunity, Madam Chair, members of council, to do something I don't do often, but I did want to just take a moment and share a recent experience that I had. So recently I graduated from Leadership South Carolina, and as I put here in the packet, this organization was established in 1979 by the Governor's Office and the South Carolina business community. It is the oldest and most respected of the state's leadership programs. The 9-month program provides its candidates the opportunity to enhance their leadership qualities while broadening their understanding of issues facing the entire state. And I'll just take a few extra moments to talk about one of the things that we do. Many programs provide a class project. And so that's not new to Leadership South Carolina, but I want to talk a moment about the project that we did. So many of you know that people were affected by Hurricane Helene. One of the things that my class members and I were able to do was we were able to effectively address a volunteer fire department in Saluda County who had 2 of their volunteer firefighters killed while responding to Hurricane Helene. And the way we were able to help them is their fire station would normally have the ability to be used as a shelter when people lose power and electricity, but unfortunately, they didn't have it. And they had an old backup generator. So we were able to raise, with the help of a lot of community partners, and again, one happened to be here a little bit earlier, which is Parker Poe. They were a good donor for a number of our classmates. But we provided them a new generator for their volunteer fire station, which we had installed. And we also were able to provide the leftover funds towards the scholarships for the State Fire Association for those officials. And the family came out, we provided them dinner, we provided the community a nice lunch, and it was a good time out of a bad situation. And our class raised over $25,000 to support that volunteer fire service. And so it was a big deal for us and a big deal for our class. So I just encourage individuals who are considering Leadership South Carolina. It is a good program. It is something I think worth spending your time if you have the time to do that. And I appreciate you for allowing me to participate in Leadership South Carolina. And I see it as a good thing. In addition to that, for those of you who have to have continuing education credits, the program also allowed through Millings Tech for me to receive 116 CEUs. So absolutely. So if you have to have continuing education, you know that's a big deal where you can go and get a big chunk. So again, thank you very much. And I do actually have Madam Chair with me.
Well, okay, let's do it the right way.
Do it the right way.
So, I don't know if everyone knows, Administrator Brown, he is not new to us, but is new to South Carolina and the Richland County community. He started as our administrator shortly before COVID happened. And then COVID happened, as we all know, the world shut down, and Mr. Brown was not able to be out in the community as much as he would like or we would like to get to know folks. And so this council has always encouraged and supported him engaging with our community and getting to know community as well as we do. And he has always stepped up to that challenge. And you know, we've had a lot of issues at the county that he has continued to lead us through. But while doing so, he's been committed to being involved and getting involved in organizations like Leadership South Carolina. And so we do commend your effort and want to acknowledge you tonight for being a recent 2025 graduate of Leadership South Carolina. Yes, sir. And Mr. Brown, if you would, join us at the seal for a picture. Come on.
Am I tall enough for this? We're gonna see if I'm tall enough for this. We don't have to picture go. Let's see. Okay. The cool pose. I like it. All right, we're gonna do this the right way. I can't see Mr. Livingston. You go. He hides. Okay, I can see everybody now. One, oh, nope, Miss Allen. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3. Stay there. Got it. Thank you so much. Good job.
All right, you recognize, sir. I'm sorry. Did you have something? Okay, you recognize Administrator Brown.
So the next item that we have is the comprehensive planning updates. And specifically what I want to do is just speak to the dates that are listed there to make sure we verbalize things that we've putting on our social media and talking about in our previous meetings. Recently, we had a public meeting at Gervais at the Adventures Children Museum right there on 211 Gervais Street. We're scheduled to have an additional meeting on Wednesday, May 7th at the Ballantyne Community Center at 1009 Bickley Road in Irmo. On Monday, May 12th, we're scheduled to have a meeting at North Springs Community Center at 1320 Clemson Road. Scheduled to have an additional meeting Wednesday, May 14th at Doco Manor, 100 Alvina Haggard Circle in Blythewood. And then on the 21st, we're scheduled to have a meeting at Garners Ferry Adult Activity Center, 8620 Garners Ferry Road in Hopkins. And the reason why we're taking the time to make sure we're articulating as many times as possible is because we do want the public to come out. We do want them to participate. This has been a long process, but what's most important is that it is a process that is designed to get input from the various communities that represent Richland County. And so we encourage members to share with your constituents, share on your particular platforms these available meetings, and we'll continue to put them all on social media as well as announce them here in public meetings where some people may get their county news. So that is the update regarding the comprehensive plan meeting dates. The next item, I'm sorry.
You're recognized, Councilwoman English.
I also wanted to add, I spoke with Director Williams today, and we added another one on June 26th in the far-reaching area of Eastover. So we'll be going there, so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, just trying to make sure I didn't miss any other dates.
Oh, you're good.
Okay. The next item is under the administrator's nominations. And the first item is a letter of support request that we received. I provided that to you in your packet, but what we have is a local provider who is looking to apply for credits towards a workforce housing development. And what they do in this situation is they come to the municipal jurisdiction to ask if we will provide support by providing a letter, which is a big part of their packet. And so they've asked if Richland County would be willing to provide that letter of support. And so if you're willing to do that, the request would simply be for me to draft a letter. The simple letterhead was provided, just basically saying that, you know, Richland County supports the application of this particular provider. It does not require that Richland County do anything else other than say it's supportive of the applicant applying for the credits. But that will be something for this body to decide. And generally, the way this happens is just like it happens now. A provider would approach the county. We would have a conversation with the member in the respective district, making sure they know about the request. The request then would come before the full council for the council to consider. And then if you approve that, then we will simply draft a letter. The letter would come from the county administrator simply saying that, you know, Richland County supports the application for these credits. So that's what's before you now. We're certainly taking any questions that you have about what was provided to you in your packet from the requester.
Thank you, Administrator Brown. Did want to speak as this property is in District 9. As you can see in the packet and on the screen, where it is Brookdale Place on 9850 Notch Road. And this will be apartment units, 80 apartment units for families with incomes ranging from 20% to 70% API. Earlier today, we did have our Affordable Housing Committee meeting, and this council is continuing to be committed to looking for ways to continue to provide affordable housing throughout Richland County, whether through initiatives that we are leading or working with other developers and partners within Richland County. And so this does align with the goals that we're trying to create for housing in our community. And so with that, I recommend for approval.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little,
Yes.
Livingston. Yes. Teratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey,
Yes.
English,
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
May I have that item reconsidered, Madam Chair?
Move to reconsider.
Second.
Motion and a second for reconsideration. Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
No.
Pugh,
No.
Little,
No.
Livingston,
No.
Teratio,
No.
Weaver,
No.
Barron,
No.
Aline,
No.
Mackey,
No.
English,
No.
Newton.
No.
Motion fails.
The next item is an item related to our comprehensive planning efforts. Looking on page 30, it's page 28, staff recommends increasing the contractual amount of the Leland Planning Agreement by $13,100 to approve additional work for data accuracy and the optional community viz model for the comprehensive plan update. And then if you look at page 30, under the summary of basically, you know, maybe about 5 points about why this overall decision is being requested, it talks about the impact of what happens if we approve this item. Utilizing this model improves county operations by providing staff with the quantitative data needed to make decisions about growth and development. Additionally, the model shows citizens different ways the county can grow and provide data to help the public make informed decisions about how they like to see the county grow. Also, the final land use scenario will go into the model and provide a benchmark on anticipated growth and development, which can be used to measure progress toward achieving the goals in the comprehensive plan. Additionally, the data provided in the model for the final land use scenario can be used by other county departments to anticipate the needs for future infrastructure-related development. And finally, the data provided in the model will provide county council with information they can use to identify areas for further study, prioritization, and reinvestment. And the idea behind this is that when the staff originally was looking at the program, they did not know that this particular model would be beneficial, and so they did not want to spend that money and then not have it something that's beneficial. But through this process, they've determined that this would be something that could help in the furtherance of the comprehensive planning process. And so the money is available in the staff's budget. We're not requiring any additional changes, and the recommendation is to approve this additional benefit for the comprehensive planning process.
You've heard the administrator's recommendation. I'll entertain a motion or questions.
Move to approve.
Second.
The motion is second for approval. Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Branham,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Teratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey,
Yes.
English,
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Reconsideration.
Please, Madam Chair.
Move to reconsider?
Second.
Motion is second for reconsideration. Madam Clerk?
Branham,
No.
Pugh,
No.
Little,
No.
Livingston, Teratio, Weaver,
No.
Barron,
No.
Aline,
Yes.
I'm sorry, Mackey,
No.
English,
No.
Newton.
No.
Motion fails.
Administrator Brown?
Madam Chair, that concludes my report.
Thank you. Next is item 12, report of the clerk of council. Madam Clerk, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We have a group of meetings that are coming up, and I'd like to inform the public that the council will be working into different budget work sessions as well as having a budget public hearing. So if you can see on the screen, there will be a couple of budget sessions scheduled for May the 8th from 3 to 5 p.m. This will be to discuss enterprise fund and millage agencies. The meeting will take place at the council chambers, which is this room right here. The next meeting will be on May the 13th to discuss the general fund. The time is again from 3 to 5 p.m. On May the 15th, it will be another budget work session to discuss grants and special revenues. The meeting is from 3 to 5 p.m. as well here in council chambers. On May the 22nd at 6 p.m. is the budget public hearing scheduled to take place here in council chamber, and the public is able to sign up and speak during that time. On June the 5th, the budget will be scheduled for a second reading of the ordinance at 6 o'clock during that meeting. And on June the 17th, that ordinance will be having their third reading as well here in council chambers at 6 o'clock. We also have a meeting that is taking place in District 11, and that will be a town hall meeting. That town hall meeting will be on June the 16th at 6 p.m. and it will take place at the Gardner's Ferry Adult Activity Center. More information will come forward when it comes closer to the date. That concludes my report. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Clerk, for those dates. And just as a point of information for those listening, the work sessions for the budget, enterprise fund, general fund, grants, and special revenue are work sessions, meaning no action will be taken. It is a time for council to receive and review information from staff. And then the public hearing on May 22nd is the time, if anyone wants to speak, that is the public hearing for that item, if you would like to speak on the budget. The other meetings are readings of the ordinance, but we will not allow folks to speak on the budget that time. So just wanted to make sure everyone was aware of our process. Next is item 13, report of the chair. I do not have any items this evening. Item 14, open and close public hearing. 14A, an ordinance establishing a temporary moratorium on application acceptance, permit issuance, approvals, and other authorizations for demolition, new construction, rezoning, and rehabilitation in the Olympia Mill Village area of unincorporated Richland County, and invoking application of the pending ordinance doctrine. This public hearing is now open. Vice Chair Pugh, do we have anyone to sign up to speak this evening?
Madam Chair, we have one person sign up to speak for this item. It is Sherry Jaco. Ms. Sherry, could you state your name and your address for the record, and you have 2 minutes to speak, ma'am.
Great, thank you. My name is Sherry Jaco. I live at 1166 Olympia Avenue in the Olympia Mill Village. I'm here as speaking in favor of the moratorium and of the overlay that is being considered as well. On behalf of the We Are Olympia Community Organization and the Olympia neighborhood, we recommend Richland County and the Planning Commission. We thank them for the deliberate and thoughtful way which the neighborhood character overlay for Olympia is being developed. Creating a moratorium on new builds and remodels is a powerful message that Richland County Council is sending, and it shows the steadfast efforts to preserve residential communities and the historic importance. Thank you to council members, especially Cheryl Johnson and Allison Terratio, for sponsoring that effort. We appreciate that. The Olympia Mill Village was established in 1899, and it was an impactful part of the economic engine that was driving development or redevelopment of South Carolina in the 20th century. Since that time, the purpose, sorry, I got a phone call, sorry, y'all. Since that time, the purpose of our community has changed. It's morphed in from an Olympia Mill Village into a place where a crowded residential haven for students and other young residents, but we're dealing with that. Over the past 2 years, our community has worked diligently with Richland County officials to ensure the residential quality of the neighborhood, that it is preserved along with the historic significance. We are grateful for the vision of council to develop overlays for neighborhood protection and enrichment. Good job, y'all. The Neighborhood Character Overlay for Olympia is an amazingly comprehensive document, and we are so grateful for the work that the Planning Commission has done. We are particularly grateful to Ms. Sanithia Williams, Mr. Gio Price, Mr. Mark Riddle-Hoover, and Eric Jensen. We appreciate that. The staff has been available and receptive. Thank you again. We appreciate everything.
Thank you, ma'am. Madam Chair, that concludes everyone that signed up to speak for that item.
Madam Chair?
This public hearing is now closed. Yes, ma'am, you're recognized, Councilwoman Terratio.
Just wanted to point out that in the way that 14A is listed out, it does still have the last phrase about invoking application of the pending ordinance doctrine, and we did vote at second reading on at our last meeting to not have that. So just wanted to point out that small discrepancy there, but meaningful for some.
Thank you. Next is 14B, an ordinance to raise revenue, make appropriations, and adopt fiscal year 2025 annual budget for Richland County, South Carolina, authorizing the levying of ad valorem property taxes, which together with the prior year's carryover and other state levies and any additional amount appropriated by the Richland County Council prior to July 1, 2024, will provide sufficient revenues for the operations of Richland County government from July 1, 2024 through June 30th, 2025, fiscal year 2025. This public hearing is now open. Vice Chair Pugh?
Madam Chair, no one signed up to speak for that item.
This public hearing is now closed. Next is item 14C, authorizing the expansion of the boundaries of the I-77 Corridor Regional Industrial Park jointly developed with Fairfield County to include certain property located in Richland County, the execution and delivery of a public infrastructure credit agreement to provide for public infrastructure credits to Foundry at Blythewood SC LLC, a company previously identified as Project Mockingbird, and other related matters. Vice Chair Pugh, this public hearing is now open. Vice Chair Pugh?
Madam Chair, no one signed up to speak for this item.
This public hearing is now closed. Next is item 15, approval of consent items.
Madam Chair,
You recognize.
move to approve items 15A through E.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve items 15A through E as an elephant.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Teratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey,
Yes.
English, Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Any of these items need reconsideration? Wasn't sure about E.
Yes, ma'am, E does.
Okay.
Move to reconsider?
Second.
Motion and second for reconsideration of 15E. Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
No.
Pugh,
No.
Little,
No.
Livingston,
No.
Teratio,
No.
Weaver,
No.
Barron,
No.
Aline,
No.
Mackey, English,
No.
Newton.
No.
Motion fails.
Next is item 16, third reading items. 16A, authorizing the expansion of the boundaries of the I-77 Corridor Regional Industrial Park jointly developed with Fairfield County to include certain property located in Richland County. The execution and delivery of a public infrastructure credit agreement to provide for public infrastructure credits to Foundry at Blythewood SC LLC, a company previously identified as Project Mockingbird, and other related matters. This is a third reading item. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Madam Chair.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
No.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Teratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey,
I recuse myself due to my parent company representing the applicant.
noted. English,
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Next is item 16B, an ordinance establishing a temporary moratorium on application, acceptance, permit issuance, approvals, and other authorizations for demolition, new construction, rezoning, and rehabilitation in the Olympia Mill Village area of unincorporated Richland County.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and second for approval. Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
No.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little, Livingston,
No.
Teratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey,
Yes.
English,
Yes.
Newton.
No.
Motion approved.
Next is item 16C, an ordinance to raise revenue, make appropriations, and adopt fiscal year 2025 annual budget for Richland County, South Carolina, authorizing the levying of ad valorem property taxes, which together with the prior year's carryover and state levies and any additional amount appropriated by the Richland County Council prior to July 1, 2024, will provide sufficient revenues for the operations of Richland County government from July 1, 2024 through June 30th, 2025, fiscal year 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second for approval. Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Teratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey,
Yes.
English,
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
All right, next is 17. Item 17, second reading items. 17A, an ordinance authorizing the East Richland County Public Service District, South Carolina, to issue not exceeding $10 million of general obligation bonds and providing for other matters related thereto.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and second for approval. Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little, Livingston,
Yes.
Teratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey,
Yes.
English,
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Next is item 17B, authorizing the expansion of the boundaries of the I-77 Corridor Regional Industrial Park jointly developed with Fairfield County to include certain property located in Richland County. The execution and delivery of an amended and restated public infrastructure credit agreement to provide for public infrastructure credits to a company identified for the time being as Project Huger and other related matters.
Move approval, Madam Chair.
Second.
Motion and second for approval. Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little. Livingston. Teratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey,
I recuse myself due to my parent company representing the applicant.
noted. English,
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Next is 18 first reading items, an ordinance authorizing the levying of ad valorem property taxes, which together with the prior year's carryover and other state levies and any additional amount appropriated by the Richland County Council prior to July 1, 2025, will provide sufficient revenues for the operations of Richland County government during the period from July 1, 2025 through June 30th, 2026, so as to raise revenue, make appropriations, and amend the general fund, millage agencies, special revenue funds, enterprise funds, and debt service funds budget for Richland County, South Carolina for fiscal year beginning July 1, 2025 and ending June 30th, 2026. This is a first reading by title only.
So moved.
Second.
The motion and a second for approval. Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Teratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey,
Yes.
English,
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
18B, an ordinance authorizing the levying of ad valorem property taxes, which together with the prior year's carryover and other state levies and any additional amount appropriated by the Richland County Council prior to July 1, 2025, will provide sufficient revenues for the operations of Richland County government during the period from July 1, 2025 through June 30th, 2026. This first reading item is by title only.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and second for approval. Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little. Livingston,
Yes.
Teratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey,
Yes.
English,
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Next is item 19, Report of Administration and Finance Committee. Vice Chair Pugh, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. At this time, I recognize Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown.
Thank you, Mr. Pugh, members of council. This item was an item where we were requested to consider holding some of our property in conservation. And the committee simply decided that as we're currently taking a comprehensive look at all of our county holdings and what we may do with them, that we would hold off on making that large decision until after we've had a chance to get the scope of all of our other properties and then bring that process back to the end of committee. So that was the item that came out of the committee. So there was no action requested of the council, but to hold that item and bring it back to committee once that scope was completed. We'll certainly take any questions, Madam Chair or Chair Pugh for the committee.
Recognize.
I do have one question for Mr. Brown. So what's the status now? They're just going to wait till this survey is done of all the county properties, or are they just dropping it, or?
That's correct. They would have to wait because we are the property holders and we're going through our process. And then once that is completed, which we are currently doing that now, we would take that information back to the committee, which members of council would have been part of that because part of their process includes talking to members in the districts that the property is represented. And so then once that's completed, it will go back to the committee. And if the property parties are still interested at that time, they will have an opportunity to address their request again at that time.
So the conservation easement they're seeking could change to another property, perhaps?
Sure, they could come to any properties asking for that, but in general, that's the process right now that the county is implementing.
Okay, great. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, that concludes my report.
Next is item 20, Report of the Economic Development Committee. Councilman Livingston, you're recognized.
Madam Chair, item 20A, authorize expansion of the boundaries of the I-77 corridor region industrial park jointly developed with Fairfield County to include certain properties located in Richland County and the execution and delivery of an infrastructure credit agreement to provide for infrastructure credits to Project Sparrow. You may recall Project Sparrow is the code name for a $69.1 million office building in downtown Columbia. The committee's recommendation was for approval.
You've heard the committee's recommendation. It does not require a second. Is there any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little. Yes. Livingston. Teratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey,
Yes.
English,
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Recognize, sir.
Madam Chair, item 20B, committing to negotiate a fee in lieu of ad valorem taxes agreement between Richland County and Project SAM, identifying the project and other matters related thereof. You may recall Project SAM is a proposed sale of park development plan located for the Lower Richland area, and the committee's recommendation is for approval.
You've heard the committee's recommendation. It does not require a second. Is there any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little. Yes. Livingston. Yes. Teratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey,
Yes.
English,
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Councilman Livingston?
Madam Chair, item 20C, authorize execution and delivery of fee in lieu of agreement between Richland County, South Carolina, and Project SAM to provide for payment of fee in lieu of taxes regarding related matters. This is the first reading item, and the committee's recommendation for approval.
You've heard the committee's recommendation. It does not require a second. Is there any discussion?
Brenham,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little. Yes. Livingston,
Yes.
Teratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey,
Yes.
English,
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Madam Chair, item 20D, committing to negotiate a fee in lieu of ad valorem taxes agreement between Richland County and Project Whitewater, identifying the project and other matters thereof. Committee's recommendation is for approval.
You've heard the committee's recommendation. It does not require a second. Is there any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Teratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey,
Yes.
English,
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
That completes the report.
Thank you. Next is item 21, Report of Rules and Appointments Committee. Councilman Barron, you're recognized.
Thank you. The committee has two notifications of appointments that we'd like to make a recommendation to full council. The first, 21A1, is for the Building Codes Board of Appeal. We do have 6 vacancies. However, we're making one appointment, and that is for Andre Blackman, who will serve in the electrical industry, and then 21A2 for the Employee Grievance Committee. There are 3 vacancies, and we are seeking to reappoint John Dunn and appoint Anna I was gonna say it wrong every time. Browderd. Did I say it right?
Browder.
She said it funny. So, but she knows who she is. And then the other appointment is Velveeta Morris. Those are the recommendations of the committee. And so to be clear, since I did not do a proper way of pronouncing the name, that is 21A2A and B, as well as reappointing D.
Heard the committee's recommendation. It does not require a second. Is there any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little. Yes. Livingston. Teratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey,
Yes.
English,
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
That concludes my report.
Thank you. Next is item 22, report of the Community Impact Grants Committee. Item 22A is, yes, sir. Okay. Next is item 22A, allocation set aside request. The Community Impacts Grant Committee met to review grant applications received for fiscal year 2026. And during the meeting, the committee made a motion to set aside 10% of the current 1 mil in community impact grant funding. That set aside will be used for child welfare initiative funding. You've heard the committee's recommendation. It does not require a second. Is there any discussion?
Madam Chair?
For 22A. Was that Teratio or?
Yes, Teratio.
Teratio, you recognized.
I'd like to make substitute motion. It's not the, I'd like to, yes.
I'm listening.
Okay, thank you. I would like to fund the Midlands Housing Alliance Transitions Homeless Center at $200,000.
So let me just hold
Yeah.
you 1 minute. So we're
Okay.
at 22A, which
Oh, I'm
is
sorry.
strictly related to the allocation request where we made a motion of a 10% set aside. We have not gotten to the grant request, which would be 22B.
Got it.
So I just wanted to receive, or for you all to receive, the committee's recommendation related to 22A. Any discussion related to the 10% set aside allocation? Hearing none. Madam Clerk.
Brenham. Pugh.
Yes.
Little. Livingston.
Yes.
Teratio.
Yes.
Weaver.
Yes.
Barron.
Yes.
Aline.
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
English.
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Thank you. Next is item 22B for our fiscal year 2026 grant request. If you look in your packet on page 270 to 280, you will see a list of community partners. On page 271, you will see the requested amount, the amount eligible, and then the committee's recommendations listed. And then as you move to page 273 through 280, you will see our competitive grants, the organization, the requested amount, amount eligible, and the committee's recommendation. I present to you the committee's recommendation for approval for our fiscal year 2026 grant request for community partners and competitive grants. You've heard the committee's recommendation. It does not require a second. Is there any discussion?
Madam Chair.
You are recognized.
Sorry for jumping in
No
quickly
worries.
on the other one.
No worries.
I'd like to make a substitute motion to fund Midlands Housing Alliance Transitions Homeless Center at $200,000 and to take that source of funding from the competitive grants bucket.
I'm sorry, I want to clarify with Attorney Wright. Because this came out of the committee, it didn't require a second. She did a substitute. Does she need to now have a second on her substitute? I'm not sure when it comes out of committee how that works.
Well, since her motion or request is not from the committee, it does need a second.
Thank you.
I'll
Hearing
second
none-
it for discussion.
Thank you. We have a second for discussion.
Madam Chair, can we repeat the motion? I want to make sure I understand what I'm potentially voting
The
on.
original motion or the substitute motion?
The substitute motion.
Ms. Teratio, would you repeat the substitute motion, please?
Yes, and I didn't indicate in the way that I framed the motion, but to fund the community partners at the levels recommended by the committee, except that to fund Midlands Housing Alliance Transitions Homeless Center at the $200,000 level, and to use the source of funds as the balance of to come from the balance of the competitive grants.
Yes, sir.
Madam Chair, so my question is, if we go up 50,000, does that affect anything else on this sheet? Any other group?
No, sir. I'm sorry. I don't have my trusty calculator, so I'm saying no, sir. But am I correct? Okay, I am correct. No, sir.
Okay, so we can go up 50 without cutting anybody else? I guess that's my question.
And the amount that is put aside, yes, yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Ms. Newton, you recognized?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. And I'll just address my concerns, my comments to this motion as they apply to the other. I really want to thank the committee for just a great job vetting candidates and putting in place a process to make this grants process more formal, and just request and go on record to say that I look forward for next year to just have us continue to evolve this process in terms of putting together standards and guidelines for what determines what makes a community partner. And I would just love to see us strengthen some of that, and also setting guidelines around what percentage of our contribution can be the percentage of their total budget. So I think these organizations do great work. I'm just going to be voting no on this item, but look forward to how we can continue to refine the process as we move forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Newton. I as well would be voting no on this item, and not because I don't support these organizations, but this was an in-depth conversation had in the committee related to where we are with funding as a whole. We were really trying to still support many of our nonprofits, but understanding where we are at the federal and the state level and the funding cuts that are anticipated. The committee was trying to be really responsible with the funds that we do have and plan ahead for that. We could not fund organizations at their full amount, especially when it was over a six-figure request. But we tried to give folks as close as possible, but still understanding that we have other commitments that may come. We have agreed to a set amount, and so I don't think it's fair to pull from the competitive amount to fund an additional amount for community partners. That's not initially how this was set up, and I think it would add chaos to our process that we have worked so hard to communicate to nonprofits, and I want to make sure that we continue to be fair and consistent in what we do. You recognize Vice Chair Pugh?
I usually don't do this, but I do support transitions as well, but I will be voting no as well because of the same reasons you just discussed, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Any further discussion? So now we'll call the vote for the substitute motion. Does anybody need the substitute motion repeated? Madam Clerk?
Pugh?
No.
Little?
No.
Livingston?
No.
Teratio?
Yes.
Weaver?
Yes.
Barron? Aline?
No.
Mackey?
No.
English? Newton?
No.
Motion fails.
So now we are back at the original motion that came from the committee, which is in your packet. You see the committee's recommendations. Any further discussion? Madam Clerk?
Brenham? Pugh?
Yes.
Little? Yes. Livingston? Yes. Teratio?
No.
Weaver?
Yes.
Barron? Aline?
Yes.
Mackey?
Yes.
English?
Yes.
Newton?
No.
Motion approved.
Thank you. For those watching, I do want to state that there is another step in this process. So for our community organizations and community partners that requested funds, this did go through the committee and council has voted on it. But because this is for fiscal year 2026, these amounts that were listed and recommended by the committee still need to go through our full budget process, which does require 3 readings and a public hearing. And so This will not be confirmed until after we get through the full budget process, but any organization that is still there through the full budget process will be notified by staff of their actual grant award. This concludes the committee's report. Next is item 23, report of the Transportation Ad Hoc Committee. Councilman Livingston, you're recognized.
Madam Chair, item 23A, the award of a construction contract regarding resurface bid package U. The Transportation Ad Hoc Committee recommend awarding the contract to Armstrong Contractors LLC for $2,730,000, including a 15% contingency fee for a total amount of $856, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
This recommendation was for approval.
You've heard the committee's recommendation. It does not require a second. Is there any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Teratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron, Aline,
Yes.
Mackey,
Yes.
English,
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Do you need reconsideration? Yes. Motion for reconsideration?
So move, Madam Chair.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
No.
Pugh,
No.
Little, Livingston,
No.
Teratio, Weaver,
No.
Aline,
No.
Mackey,
No.
English,
No.
Newton.
No.
Motion approved. Motion fails.
Ms. Livingston, you recognize.
Madam Chair, item 23B, transportation update. The committee was provided an update of the transportation program as it is today. That information in your packet. I would suggest that if anyone have any particular question about those, staff is here to answer those questions. But the information is provided in fact.
All right, thank you, Mr. Livingston. Next is item 24, other items.
Madam Chair,
You recognize Councilwoman Newton.
move to approve items 24A through C.
Motion and approval? No,
Second.
thank you. There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little, Livingston,
Yes.
Teratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey,
Yes.
English,
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Madam Chair,
Recognize.
move to reconsider.
Second.
Motion is second for reconsideration. Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
No.
Pugh,
No.
Little,
No.
Livingston,
No.
Teratio,
No.
Weaver,
No.
Aline,
No.
Mackey,
No.
English,
No.
Newton.
No.
Motion fails.
Thank you. We're now at item 25, executive session. This second executive session on our agenda is to discuss the items that were previously brought up under item 8, but these items do not require outside counsel. Attorney Wright, is there anything you'd like to say before we go into executive session?
No, just same items A through H for executive session.
I'll entertain a motion to go into executive sessions for items 8A through H.
So move, Madam Chair.
Second.
Motion is second to go in executive session. Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little,
Yes.
Livingston, Teratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron, Aline,
Yes.
Mackey,
Yes.
English,
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
We're now in executive session. Entertain a motion.
Move to come out of executive session?
Second.
A motion and second to come out of executive session. Madam Clerk?
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Please let the record reflect that we went into executive session to discuss items 8A through H, and no action was taken.
Madam Chair,
Recognize, Council.
related to item 8B, I move to approve the grievance committee's recommendation for case number PW 4757.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little,
Yes.
Livingston, Teratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey,
Yes.
English,
Yes.
Newton. Did I say
Yes.
Barron? Barron.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Madam Chair,
Recognized.
move to reconsider.
Second.
Motion and second for reconsideration. Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
No.
Pugh,
No.
Little,
No.
Livingston, Teratio,
No.
Weaver,
No.
Barron,
No.
Aline,
No.
Mackey,
No.
English,
No.
Newton.
No.
Motion fails.
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion in relation to item 8C. Move to authorize the county administrator to enter into an agreement to sell county property located at 120 Clemson Road, Columbia, South Carolina, 29229, TMS number R25608-01-38.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little,
Yes.
Livingston, Teratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
I abstain as I own property adjacent to this property.
noted. Barron,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey,
Yes.
English,
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
just a slight adjustment. You recuse yourself. You're not allowed to abstain, so you have to recuse yourself.
Oh, okay. Well, back it up. I recuse and not abstain.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Noted.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Also like to make a motion in relation to item 8E. Move to authorize the county administrator to obtain an appraisal and report information back to council related to property inquiry on Clemson Road, TMS R25800-04-01.
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Teratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Recuse myself.
For what reason?
Oh, as I own property adjacent to this property.
noted. Barron,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey,
Yes.
English,
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Do we have any other? Yes, sir, Ms. Livingston, you
Item-
recognize.
Item number reference. Um,
He raised his hand to make a motion, so whoever is asked to be recognized, then he's recognized. You're recognized, Ms. Livingston.
But I was talking about H here, administrative, well.
Yes, sir.
So, all right, Madam Chair, I move that my motion that the chair move forward with execution of a new employment agreement with Mr. Brown, our county administrator, per county council discussions.
Second.
A motion and a second related to item 8H. Any further discussion? Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little, Livingston,
Yes.
Teratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey,
Yes.
English,
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
You're recognized.
I make a motion for 8F. Motion to authorize the county administrator to enter into an agreement to purchase property located at the Columbia Mall Place discussed in executive session.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little,
Yes.
Livingston,
Yes.
Teratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey,
Yes.
English,
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
May I request reconsideration of that item, Madam Chair?
Move to reconsider?
Second.
A motion and a second for reconsideration on item 8F. Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
No.
Pugh,
No.
Little, Livingston, Teratio,
No.
Weaver,
No.
Barron,
No.
Aline,
No.
Mackey,
No.
English,
No.
Newton.
No.
Motion approved. Motion fails.
Madam Chair,
You're recognized.
I move to reconsider the motion for item 8H.
Second?
A motion and a second. I'm hesitant on if this is the appropriate time to reconsider, but I'm gonna roll with
We're
it.
authorizing someone to
Okay,
negotiate.
all right.
No. Right, that's,
Okay.
that was the question I had, is that, my understanding from what was said, it was to come back to council with it, so it won't be a final document. Or is it,
Okay.
or will it?
Yes, so that's, based off the way the motion was, I
Oh.
don't think it's in the point where we can reconsider.
I withdraw my motion.
Yes. Any further discussion? Okay. We're now at item 26, motion period. I did not receive any motions prior to this evening's meeting. Yes, sir. Point of personal privilege. Vice Chair Pugh, you recognize.
Yes, point of personal privilege. Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to say that I'm going on the record to say we celebrated everybody this week, from small businesses to the kids that won the championships from both respective school districts. And we celebrated the Tennis Association and a whole lot of other people, but we left some very, very, very important people out. We left two groups of very, very important people out. We left the teachers that drive this country by teaching our kids every day. It's Teachers Week, and if I'm not mistaken, it's also Nurses Week. And my wife is the executive director for the South Carolina Nurses Association, and I would not have a place to stay if I did not recognize nurses in South Carolina. So I just want to take a point of personal privilege to give my thoughts and appreciation for both of those groups of people.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Councilman Barron, you
And
recognize.
real quick, I left out just a moment ago, and I spoke to the chair and vice chair. The Junior League of Columbia recognized Richland County Council as a friend of the league tonight, and so the clerk has our award there. So they did recognize us tonight, and that is for our support and financial contribution of their many events that they have throughout the year. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Barron. All right, we're at item
Move to adjourn.
27.
Second.
Motion second for adjournment. Madam Clerk?
Brenham,
Yes.
Pugh,
Yes.
Little. Yes. Livingston.
Yes.
Teratio,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Barron,
Yes.
Aline,
Yes.
Mackey,
Yes.
English,
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you.